I tell you what, I love Thanksgiving, dude. All the fixins, like green bean casserole and cranberry sauce.
I'm making cranberry and green beans tomorrow. I'm not doing a casserole, but I steam them off and then I saute them in a little bit of olive oil and garlic. Throw
garlic.
Yeah,
love that. And you put
my favorite part of Thanksgiving is that you get all the people that you dislike in one place. It just makes cussing out your family so much better because they're all the same place. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then they can all commiserate. So it's like you're bringing them together. They can commiserate on how much of a asshole you are.
Exactly.
Welcome. Bye. I have to go to work now.
It's much harder to do over text. It's just easier.
Yeah, no, I do my impression of the scene from Half Baked where it was like, fuck you and fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. But I mean, honestly, the centerpiece of any Thanksgiving, of course, is the turkey.
Mm.
I am, just like in A Christmas Story, the old man was a turkey gobless connoisseur.
Right.
That's how I feel, like a nice turkey skin.
You're a turkey guy.
Listen. I mean, any way you prepare it, no matter how you do it.
I don't know about all that, but
well,
sure.
unless you leave the guts in, and like in Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I actually have to carve the turkey tomorrow. Can you believe? I'm a child.
I'm gonna whittle the turkey.
You're not a child. You're a millennial.
I'm a child, and I don't know why these people are putting me in charge. But they said, "Oh, can you bring a knife to cut the turkey?" But we have the electric one too, and I'm like,
no, there are no sharp knives at my parents' house.
I know that. I always bring a knife when I have to cook. Yeah, I have to cut it. But so obviously I went to TikTok and I found out how to do it.
I thought the carving was supposed to be the responsibility of the oldest adult male.
And okay.
That would be my dad.
He has one arm, so.
Who's paralyzed and doesn't really wash his hands all that well because he's only got one hand,
Yeah.
You want him carving?
Absolutely should be in charge of it.
Well, so the next
Muhammad Ali carved his turkey last.
Now, the other side of that is he might be a little bit bitter, and you may not want to hand him a knife.
That's true. Hey, look, Staff Writer Bill's in the. Oh, he's checking in. Hang on, let's say hi to Staff Writer Bill. Hey, Billy.
Hey, how's it going? What are you guys talking?
Hi.
We were just talking. It's tomorrow's Thanksgiving, Billy. And
holiday. Why would you guys talk about Thanksgiving?
We're talking turkey, man.
Turkey
talk. Big succulent, juicy breast.
Yeah.
Dude, turkey's like the worst part. Like, do you guys notice how every year we get so excited about cooking this turkey like it's some kind of crazy mythical bird, and it tastes amazing no matter what you do? Newsflash, guys, it doesn't. Turkey tastes like gym socks soaked in hot water unless you brine it, you baste it, you massage it, you sing it a lullaby while you cook it, or you perform a small surgical procedure just to make it edible. But it gets even better. If, cooking the turkey wasn't already such a high-stakes operation, you also got to dodge the invisible threat of salmonella, right? So Thanksgiving just isn't a meal. It's a biological experiment, just like they did with COVID, right? Where one wrong move can put your entire family in the bathroom for at least 72 hours. But, since you guys want to do it, right, we're going to talk turkey here literally, right? That raw bird that you've been manhandling in your sink, fingering it all up like the guy in Scary Movie 2. It's not just poultry. It's a germ grenade, right? The second you unwrap it, it's like you're hosting a salmonella rave in your kitchen, right? Rinsing it won't help. All you're doing is spraying the bacteria all across your countertops, all across your cutting boards, right? And if you're lucky, right on the Aunt Karen's casserole, so you don't have to eat that shit, right? So, look, and that's just if you oven roast it, right? That's the easy stuff. But there's daredevils out there like Pete, right, who like to deep fry their turkeys, right? They're not just flirting with third-degree burns, right? The logistics of deep frying a turkey. First, you need like 14, 15 gallons of oil, right? Enough to bankrupt the small country, probably like 50% of Saudi Arabia's, production for the entire year, right? Then you're gonna heat that shit up to like 350 degrees, right? At least 350 degrees, right? And no longer is it cooking oil. Now it's lava, right? You're basically recreating Mount Vesuvius in your backyard or your garage, and you're turning your backyard into a salmonella splash zone, right? That's just the beginning of it, right? And you go, but Bill, I'm careful, right? Really? Did you sanitize the counter, Pete? Right? Did you change your gloves, Pete? Did you clean the oil, Pete? No, you didn't. Congratulations, Pete. Your Thanksgiving feast just became a 4-course meal of regret. All right? And oh, by the way, if you're off by just a fraction of a second, boom! Right? The turkey becomes a missile of poultry doom. Right? I saw one of these videos on the internet, and the guy looked like he was auditioning for the job of a firework display, right? But, oh, deep fried turkey is so juicy, right? Oh, really? How juicy is it when your guests are racing to the bathroom faster than you can say cranberry sauce? How juicy is it when the fire department's hosing down your garage, Pete? How juicy is it when your homeowner's insurance adjusts your premium? Let me tell you something, folks. The only thing worse than burning your house down while you're deep frying turkey is doing it and poisoning everyone in the process. I've turned down Thanksgiving many times. All it does is turn into a fiery game of Russian roulette. Anyhow, do you know what doesn't cause third-degree burns or food poisoning? An oven. You put the bird in the oven, you set the timer, and you enjoy a nice glass of wine while it roasts. No grease fires, no bacteria bonanza. Or better yet, skip the turkey altogether, right? Throw it out the window, order a pizza. It's delicious, it's safe, and, nobody's ever going to gotten salmonella from a pepperoni pie. So this Thanksgiving, everybody, just do everyone a favor. Skip the science experiments and the pyrotechnics. Roast your turkey like a normal person, or just admit defeat and serve takeout. I'm looking at you, Pete. Anyhow, this is Bill reminding you, it's not Thanksgiving if you're spending it in the ER or scrubbing your counters with bleach at 2 a.m.
Well, thanks, Billy, for that interjection.
That was passionate.
Like,
anything else?
Did Pete cook his turkey last year?
No.
Nobody.
His eyebrows still haven't grown back. That's why he wears
That's
sunglasses.
what I'm saying. I'm saving everybody.
Yeah. All right.
So I hope you guys will all switch over to ham or some pizza. Or...
Anybody remember Steve? R.I.P.
Yeah, Steve. Rip Steve. Yeah. All right, Bill. Well, thanks for that interjection. We'll talk to you later.
Wow.
I mean, I just feel like we're not trying to put a restaurant
What
to
were you
work
saying,
on
Bill?
Thanksgiving.
I'll talk to you guys after the shitty holiday's over.
All right. But we are here with Tom, who is a coworker of the Reverend Professor Mike Latoris.
Mm-hmm. More importantly than Thanksgiving, we have Tom.
That's right.
right.
Tom the Turkey.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are y'all doing?
Good. I'm sorry we had to interrupt. We had to distract from your time with that idiotic bullshit. But
Look,
idiotic bullshit's kind of our shtick. You know what I mean? That's kind of like our thing. Without idiotic bullshit, we don't really have anything.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about the Dirty Dr. Pepper or whatever it is you want to tell us.
Oh, what?
Well, I kept seeing everywhere that people were putting pickles in the Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Did a little research. Yeah, and so did Dua Lipa. Everyone was lying. It was not. It was terrible. I put a little bit of pickle juice in it. Had 3 slices of pickles in there.
Mm-hmm.
Came out so slimy. Oh. The last thing you would expect was, slimy. Like slime. It was.
Ew,
oh my god! It gooped up, but it didn't look like it was gooping in the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Got it in my mouth. Immediately had to spit it back out.
Ew.
Now, I had tried pickles and Dr. Pepper once, and I was, really curious to try it, and I was kind of excited about it, and then I put pickles in my Dr. Pepper, and I took a sip, and I was like, hey, this tastes like somebody put pickles in my Dr. Pepper. That's what it tastes like. If you can imagine the taste of pickles, and if you know the taste of pickles and the taste of Dr. Pepper, you put those two things together, that's what it fucking tastes like. but everybody's acting like it's the greatest fucking, thing. Like it's some magical.
What were you gonna say, Mike?
No, I agree. I know those two flavors. I don't necessarily want to marry them.
Well, hold on, because they do have. There was a burger place over here up on Concord Pike that had burgers, and they had like a whole Dr. Pepper vibe, and there was like Dr. Pepper barbecue, and is barbecue sauce not just like vinegar
Not the
and
same.
sugar?
Not the same.
No, well,
Yeah, it's not it.
Dr. Pepper can be made into a delicious barbecue sauce. That
Like, it's
doesn't mean
just-
that you
it-
can add pickle juice to
I
it
mean,
and
it
make
just
it
perhaps just a little savory Dr. Pep,
little peppy pep
a little goopy gooey.
There was a time a few years ago where I had Dr. Pepper and I stuck my giant pickle in it. I stirred it around a few times
Hello.
until it got nice and goopy, and the bartender was pissed.
You got thrown out of TGI Fridays.
Got thrown right out of TGI Fridays.
Gross.
They have no sense of humor over there.
So speaking of Dr. Pepper, though, Mormons love Dr. Pepper. Did we know this?
They should not, because it's caffeinated.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Dr.
not.
Pepper is very specifically not caffeinated.
Yeah.
So the Mormons love Dr. Pepper. All the flavors, when you go to bars, Mormons, like in Salt Lake City and like Park City and stuff, the Mormons are drinking Dr. Pepper in like different flavors and creating little concoctions because they don't drink Coke or coffee or alcohol.
They don't have caffeinated drinks.
Right.
I did not know Dr. Pepper was not.
Yeah, that's why they love it so much. Orange soda, Sprite, they love it. They love it. I only know this because on Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's like a whole thing.
I know for an entirely different reason that I probably won't get into.
Mhm, it's a girl, we know. It's a girl you should do sex with. Was a Mormon.
I
Anyway.
still think we should put together our own reality show and just call it Cunts Fighting in a Restaurant.
Ew, babe.
And
What would that show be about?
Well, let me tell you what it would be about.
He's talking about Real Housewives.
It's a pretty straightforward show.
First, we need to find a table full of cunts, and then you turn them on one another.
It's pretty simple.
Oh, so dinner with the girls, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty
Sure.
much.
That's fun. I want to go.
Like seriously, I say it all the time, but if I hung out with people that behaved like that, I would not hang out with those people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you watch those types of shows there, Tom?
No, but I do see a lot of clips of them.
Yeah,
It looks,
on the
it
TikTok.
looks interesting. Yeah, TikTok,
You
Twitter.
should just watch it.
It looks interesting, but only for those clips, because then the rest of it, it's nothing.
So
It's
if
just
that's
people
what you
living.
think, you should probably only watch Salt Lake City. Everything else you'll hate. But Salt Lake City, there's only 4 seasons. The 4th season is airing right now. It is petty. It is new because like all the other ones, like they're literally 10-year-old seasons. Like it's been on for mad long. So
Yeah.
Salt Lake City's the newest one. And so for them, it's just like funnier and it's like they're not like celebrities yet. So like they're just super regular and like kind of catty. And there's like the mean girl. Her name's Jen Shaw. Season 3, she goes to jail. So like there's like a whole bunch of. So if you want it for like the funny clips that are online, you probably only want to watch.
But
Salt
like
Lake
every
City.
reality show, this is the recipe. We take a bunch of women that don't get along, we stick them at a table at a restaurant, and we like force them to talk about the things they don't like about each other.
That's not what happens.
That's exactly what happens. And then it sounds like this. That's all I hear.
It's a tried and tested formula.
It really is.
You're only talking about Real Housewives of New Jersey
Well, that's
based
because I was
on the
using
voice that you just did.
that was a New Jersey accent that they all.
Anyways, back to Tom. Tom, are you trying any other TikTok foods?
No, I haven't gotten any other ones yet, but if I do, I definitely will. I don't know. It just looks interesting sometimes.
What about the cucumber salad? You're not eating cucumbers like
I
Logan?
don't like cucumbers.
Oh,
What's not? They don't taste like anything.
Exactly. I don't like cucumbers.
He's like, I use that in
Too
flavor.
much water in it.
If you enjoy the mixture of flavors like pickles and Pepsi, you were brave enough to try it.
Listen, pickles or cucumbers, babe.
Can I please?
Pickles or cucumbers.
All right. It's not what I'm talking about. There's Oreo Coke.
I got the Oreo flavored, the Coke flavored Oreos with the Pop Rocks in them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they were so
I made a
good.
special video on this show
Oh.
because they were so good. Like the Pop Rocks, like when you swallow the candy and it feels like you just swallowed soda.
Yeah.
It's like magic. It's
Although
fucking magic.
I don't know, because some of mine didn't have Pop Rocks in them. It might have been because I got them on clearance. So I didn't pay the whole $5 for the little pack. I paid like $1 for them.
Yeah.
You missed a couple dollars worth of carbonation.
They took the Pop Rocks back. I was like, if we're selling these for cheap, fuck these. They don't get Pop Rocks.
And that's perfectly okay.
You know. But that was my favorite part about it, is swallowing it and I know it sounds dirty, but swallowing it.
So that was your favorite part?
You feeling that ting. I knew just having him here.
Sure.
You can definitely sound dirty.
Yeah, I know.
Your favorite part was swallowing it and letting it tingle down your throat? That was your favorite part?
I mean, you're in good company. Tom brings such joy at work because you know how you want to giggle when somebody's name is Dick, or especially if there's a good last name that goes with it, or like Tom's always laughing. The pallets that have walls on the sides are referred to as gaylords. When the Postal Service drops those off and the guys are shouting back and forth in the warehouse about them, Tom giggles. He just unabashedly giggles and says, or we'll get a card where there's a ball player named Grady Dick. he'll just elbow someone and go Grady Dick and giggles a little bit. It's one of the most heartwarming things that lightens the day there. I love it.
We love that for you.
Nothing like Greg.
No, you're right. Absolutely. But it is, I'm a lot less disappointed now that that Big Daddy has a hard out at 9:30. Because it is 9:26. And I do want to make sure that Big Daddy has the opportunity to plug everything that Big Daddy has to plug, instead of making suggestive jokes towards me.
First and foremost, Big Daddy is going to plug the Thanksgiving turkey.
Right.
You can stop by my house and see that tomorrow between the hours 7 and 7:05.
Not 7:05.
All right. If you want to join us this weekend at the Delaware Contemporary for the Fearless Improv Show, that show will start at 8 p.m. That is Delaware Contemporary, 200 South Madison Street, Wilmington, Delaware, 19801. If you would like to learn how to do improv with us, you can join in at the Fearless Workshop hosted by the uber talented Carrie. That'll start at 4 o'clock. If you want to pay $30, you can get the Fearless Workshop and a free ticket to the 8 p.m. show.
Real quick,
you want,
is there parking on Madison Street?
There's parking Contemporary
at the Delaware Contemporary. Yes, plenty of parking at the Delaware Contemporary.
This sounds like I'm going, but go.
You should. If you want to check out the Forgetful Squirrels, our next show, I believe, is December 18th, and that is at the Funny Farm Theater, 900 Bouchelle Road in Elkton, Maryland. Check us out on all of the socials, Forgetful Squirrels, on Facebook, at YouTube, especially YouTube, Instagram,
TikTok,
Facebook, OnlyFans,
Pornhub,
especially the Hub,
X Hamster,
and XXX.
There you go. That's all the
Or
sites you can find Big Daddy
Yes.
on.
You have anything going on at Reedy Point right now?
I have nothing going on at Reedy Point, but they're doing their Christmas show, A Christmas Carol, I believe next weekend.
I think it starts on
Uh,
7th or something.
yes, I believe so. Whatever that weekend is, I think it's like the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Whatever that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinee is. And Chapel Street, I believe, is also doing. No, their show's not for another couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, as always, we thank you for coming in, hanging out, however much time you can give us. We appreciate it. And sorry, you got to go to work, though, bro.
That's all right. Someone's got to pay the bills, and I guess I got to stuff the turkeys, and I got to stuff some old people.
Yeah.
Hello.
You might want to rephrase that. You might want to.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, you might not. That's probably
Yeah.
poor
I
taste.
should zip up my pants and get going.
All right, we're gonna say goodbye to Big
Love
Daddy.
you, mean it. Bye.
Back to what's going on.
Are we gonna do a Big Daddy asks?
We should have done the Big Daddy asks while Big Daddy was here.
We could have.
Like a little guest
We
star.
could have, yeah. But let's. Do I have that loaded up? I think I do.
You said you did.
I say a lot of things.
I know you
have it loaded up.
an awful lot of things.
I
So
do.
sometimes Dre can't join us, and when Dre can't join us, we always have some pre-recorded content, which has actually become a regular part of the show, whether he's here or not. So we're gonna pop into Big Daddy Asks. What we have is a question from him that we all pass around and talk about.
We go around the room answering said question.
The Media Virus Podcast presents a Stanley McFadden production. Big Daddy proudly brings to you
Big Daddy asks,
if you were going to break a world record in the next 5 years, what would it be?
I would say since the antidepressants, since I started taking on antidepressants, it would probably be a lovemaking session. I would have the world's longest lovemaking session
Woohoo!
with you.
Oh, so I'm gonna win too?
Well,
He's talking quantity, not quality.
my time's going to be a little bit longer than yours, just because I got to get a head start. And, what?
All right.
No good?
Sure. Tom, you know.
Hello. I feel like I could do sitting. Get a wheelchair, roll
Oh
around
my
everywhere.
God. Good one.
Don't need to get up for the bathroom. Get a little cup or something.
Oh, can't relate. What about you, Michael Motorcycle?
I'm thinking it's not killing a pit bull.
You've gone the longest without killing your pit bull,
Yeah.
or not killing that pit bull.
Yes.
What is the problem you're having with your little Dickie there, Mike?
Well, he's kind of ornery. He's mouthy. He talks back.
Your Dickie's ornery, mouthy, and talks back.
He yells out the windows.
That'll get you arrested,
Right?
Be a doctor.
No, he's constantly yelling out the windows at other dogs and leaves and things that go by.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And, then he wants to argue about it when I tell him to stop.
we don't like an arguer.
No, and he will stand there and argue with me.
He has time.
My dog silently protests, just stares at me, and she stomps.
She's a stomper.
She'll take her one foot, just stomp. like when she wants something, whatever she'll stare at me, which is freaky because my dog has one blue eye and one brown eye, right? But one eye always looks like she's going to murder you at any moment, and one eye always looks like she loves you with all of her heart,
Is it?
But,
It's
but
always
those eyes change. It's
Okay.
never the same eyes. It's very weird. But she'll just stare at me and be like, and she'll sneeze. When she's mad at me, she sneezes. and she'll stomp at me.
She's rude.
She is.
Mine will just sit there and silently judge you till you do it. She'll squint her eyes, put her ears back, and she'll just stare at you, waiting for you to do it
I'll
for
wait.
her. Yeah.
She give you the squint. Like,
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah. Dogs can be pushy. I don't have any dog stories. Well, hang on. Let's back. I gotta get out of this. I'm a little discombobulated.
Well, I mean, you had to wrangle Bill, and
Yeah, I'm still wrangling Bill.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. Well, this is the show, Tom, and you're welcome back anytime you want to come complain about something. Tell us about something you found that's worth talking about.
all right, I got a lot I can complain about.
Well, let's go ahead and do a story. And Tom can just pop in if he has something to say. Yeah. I'm gonna just jump right in without. Welcome back to the Media Virus Podcast. It is time for our snark-filled dispatch from the Reverend Professor Mike Latoris. Reverend, what's shaking in the land of holiday cheer or chaos?
Oh, Maddie, this is one paternity test wrapped in tinsel and bad decisions. A well-meaning kid thought he'd be the next Santa sleuth by gifting his family DNA tests for Christmas. Instead of jingle bells, it sparked family hells.
Hold up! DNA tests? That's like playing Russian roulette with your family secrets.
Exactly. Kid thought he was giving 23andMe, but instead handed out 23 and Who's Your Daddy? Turns out mom wasn't too keen on opening that can of genetic worms.
I mean, what's Christmas without a little yelling? Nothing says festive like finding out you're the neighbor's kid.
The plot thickened faster than eggnog, Maddie. Mom panicked, claiming the kits had dangerous chemicals. Yeah, because the real hazard
It's got the dangerous chemicals that prove that I fucked somebody else.
The real hazard isn't what's in the test. It's the skeletons in her closet.
Well, did they find out who's got the secret family tree branch?
Oh, buckle up. After some upstairs shouting matches, they learned mom wasn't stepping out. It's a sweet story. Turns out one sibling's biological dad passed away, and a family friend stepped in. A Christmas miracle, if you ignore the hour-long fight.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. We got to dig this. There's something off here.
Okay.
Because why would there be a fight if the dude knew? Like, if you know you didn't father somebody,
right?
There's no reason to fight. Tom.
Yes.
Yeah, if you were raising a kid that you knew wasn't yours, but then your kid brought a DNA test, would you be upset?
Well, no, because the kid will never.
No,
be
because
mine.
you knew the kid wasn't yours. There's something off, right?
Yeah.
Tom follows logic. I like that.
Well, they had a heartfelt Hallmark moment, but still, pro tip for listeners: maybe stick to gift cards. Nothing says I loved you like not unraveling your family's deepest secrets.
Here, I got it on the news. The fuck? No, not that.
This is the news.
No, but I don't know what's going on now. I'm going to stop sharing that. All right, go keep reading. Is it my read? Is it my turn to read?
But it is your line, yeah.
Ah, fuck. What's my line?
And there you have it.
And there you have it. From sleigh bells to secret dads. Thanks to the Reverend Professor Mike Latoris for dropping that genetic knowledge bomb.
Anytime, Maddie. Merry Christmas, and remember, it's not about the presents, it's about the paternity tests.
That's right. So, Tom, what we do is, all right, so what we started doing is we started like having news stories just to talk about, and like it would spark a conversation. And that's a really long show because you're trying to read from the internet, and the internet fucks with you while you're trying to, like, it puts up pop-ups and things just start playing and all this other shit. So what we decided to do is we feed the article into AI and we ask it for a radio style news read.
Oh, okay.
And I change it up every once in a while. Like when I first started doing it, I asked for a snarky pun-filled news read where the reporter reveals embarrassing details of his life during the report.
Oh, that's you. Okay.
And it would just fucking do that.
Okay.
Right. It started out when I changed it. Are you done? Yeah. I love you. It started out when I changed it, and then went to me just asking AI to do it. That got a little old. So then I asked it for snarky comments and inappropriate jokes, and started providing some pretty good ones. But now what we started doing is like we ask it to have a back and forth, and then we went in meticulously last night and wrote and changed and kind of carved it so that it would be funny. But that's the gist of kind of the most of what we do. We just, because honestly, the biggest point of this show is to let people experience Mike's voice, get it out in front of people. You know what I mean? That silky smooth pipe that he's got. So as long as we can keep him talking,
what did you call it?
I don't know, super silky smooth.
I like that silky smooth.
Silky smooth sweat pipe. Your silky smooth cock dumpster. No, wait, that's not right. What?
Fucker.
So,
am I going?
What else do we got going on?
Well, let's see.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
A bunch of fucking people died in Laos.
What?
Yeah, 6 people.
Not Laos.
Isn't it Laos?
I assume it probably is. I was just making conversation while we get to it.
Oh, you were looking for the read too?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Welcome back to TMVP. I fuck that up all the time. Welcome back to TMVP. Joining us now is Reverend Professor Mike Torres with a story that's less about adventure and travel and more about dodging death in a glass. Reverend, it's not dodging death. They fucking died. You don't dodge. If you die, you don't dodge death. It's like a near miss. To me, a near miss is a hit.
I mean, horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Matty, this is one hangover you can't walk off. 6 tourists in Laos, including 2 Aussie teens, met their untimely end after drinking methanol-tainted booze. Turns out the Nana Backpacker Hostel wasn't just serving shots. It was shots to the system.
Methanol. That's not just cheap liquor, man. That's regretting a bottle. What's the deal?
The deal, Matty, is that some shady bars are substituting ethanol with methanol, a budget-friendly, life-unfriendly move. It's the cocktail special you don't want. Vodka a la poison.
You know it's bad when you wake up dead. Such a dumb fucking line.
In true communist,
what's Laos doing about it?
In true communist regime style, keeping a lid tighter than their liquor bottles. A number of people have been detained, but no charges yet. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department has issued a health alert. Pro tip, Matty. If your drink smells like nail polish remover, don't cheers, run.
Wait, so Nana Hostel was handing out free shots. I mean, dude, who gives out free shots to teenagers? But I mean, what kind of reputable establishment, hands out complimentary coma inducers?
Right? But it's like come for the backpacker vibes, stay for the organ failure. This whole thing's a tragic reminder that free isn't always fun.
Or survivable. Is there any silver lining in this dark cloud of cocktails?
If there's one takeaway, it's that the world now knows party responsibility isn't a buzzkill phrase. It's survival advice.
Well, thanks, Mike. Here's to drinking responsibly or not drinking at all. TMVP listeners, stay safe out there. And maybe skip the mystery shots on your next vacation.
Cheers, Maddie, or should I say don't?
That was good.
Yeah, we'll get it one of these weeks.
Yeah. Here's a dude, Tom.
Hi.
Do you want to hear a story about how a prison inmate got a chick pregnant by jerking off into saran wrap and throwing it through their heating vents?
Saran? They can get that in prison?
Right.
That's the part of the story. That's the reach for you.
Yeah.
He's like, that's bullshit. They don't get saran wrap in prison.
Yeah.
He only gave me wax paper.
I got aluminum foil.
I feel like jizz could have survived aluminum foil. You know?
They probably could.
Was it saran wrap or was it?
I thought when we looked at the story last night to decide we were actually going to do it.
How would we decide not to do it? What is it about this story we would decide not to do?
I don't know, but we discussed it a bit, and I remember somebody saying it was somebody tore a corner off of bed linens.
Well, I hear Florida's finest have outdone themselves again, this time in the baby making department. What do you got for us there, Mike?
And speaking of world records, this might just be one. Maddie, this one's a real fantastic tale. 2 Florida inmates, Daisy Link and Joan DePaz, made headlines for conceiving a baby without ever meeting in person. Forget Netflix and chill. These two went cell block and spill.
All right, wait, hold on. You telling me they vented their way into parenthood?
Exactly.
But also, I'm just starting to put this together.
Yeah.
Okay. Daisy Link and Joan DePaz.
Right.
Had a baby.
That's what they're saying.
They're both inmates.
Presumably at a woman's correctional facility.
Right. So one of them's a dude.
Or a trans woman.
Well, it cranked out. Like, the point is he cranked onto something.
Well, let's see what I can tell you about that.
All right.
They use the prison's air conditioning system as their Cupid's highway. Daisy says they bonded over hours of vent-to-vent chats. Apparently, love is in the air ducts.
This raises so many questions, and none of them are appropriate for public radio. Thank God we do a podcast.
It's a good damn thing we're on the internet.
Yeah, because if this were the radio, we'd have gotten pulled off by now.
But I'll answer anyway. DePaz, facing a first-degree murder charge, got creative. He packaged his potential in saran wrap and sent it up the vent. Daisy pulled it through and used yeast infection applicators to help seal the deal.
Saran wrap, a yeast infection applicator 5 times a day for a month.
That's what it says.
That is dedication or desperation.
Either way, it worked. Their miracle baby was born in June. Daisy's calling it fate.
Which one had the baby?
I'm calling it duct tape destiny.
Florida, where even biology follows its own rules. Is there any word on the kid?
Baby's reportedly thriving with DePaz's mother. Meanwhile, Daisy's over here saying her daughter could be something great.
Okay.
Honestly, Maddie, if she survives the eventual middle school bullying, I'll agree.
All right, I tell you right now, I just figured out who the mother and who the father is.
Okay.
The baby's reported living with DePaz's mother. That means DePaz is the mother.
You think?
Yes, because Daisy's over there saying her daughter could be something great. Bragging, that's a male trait.
Okay.
Boom. Daisy's the father. Depez is. Tell me I'm wrong. Tom, am I wrong?
I'm not going to say nothing on that.
You're not gonna. You're not. You don't think?
So
I'm still trying to figure out how it went through the air vent.
They threw it, or one put a piece of string. You know, they. That's how they do shit. It's like the prison highway. You know what I mean? Like that's.
I've never been to prison.
You never been to prison?
No, not yet.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you have a goal. No, but I mean, they figure out. So there's the air vent is usually shared. You know what it is. It's like, let's say it comes up through the middle of two rooms, two what they would call cells in the joint. They call them cells. I've never been to prison either, but I know the lingo. So what happens is usually one will come up between two and then split.
He watches a lot of SVU.
I do. That show used to be really funny. It stopped. Anyway.
It's a good show.
It is a good show. It's not nearly as funny as it was 10 years ago.
I don't remember that long ago.
So it tease. So one, it'll kind of make a corner and go one way, and we'll make a corner and go the other. So it basically connects those two cells. So you can have a conversation. Didn't you ever talk to anybody through the heating vents in your house?
No. Everyone was on the.
Have you ever used a tin can and a string?
Yes.
It's the same concept.
That's all we had.
The metal. The metal conducts the noise.
You walked
right,
into it, Matt. You
What's that?
Into it.
All right. Whatever. It's like talking to somebody through a hole in the wall.
They get they get creative too, and you know they make little kites to carry things along to the next thing down the line.
Oh yeah, dude. They'll put drugs in fucking envelope and paper airplanes and toss them down to the fucking. They do all kinds of shit. There's a whole way to that prison people can communicate. But apparently that's how you can, get a baby.
Yeah, but apparently you need to do that through the heating duct. You can't just.
But you're not gonna place your bets on which one sired and which one was impregnated.
It would not be right for me to place a bet because I went and took a look back in the story because I remembered reading it aloud, saying that DePaz, facing a first-degree murder charge, got creative. He packaged his potential in saran wrap, and Daisy pulled it through.
Right. So I was wrong.
Right.
That never happens.
Well, I mean, you use context clues, and
right, but it never. I'm usually right all the time.
I don't think this makes all the time now.
I'm usually right 99.9998% of the time.
There we go.
If you went to bed, you don't have to keep the charade up. Unless you're afraid she'll watch.
I don't know. I'm just enjoying this sound. But the creativity of people, but I'm so it was the dad's mom who's taking care of the baby, and the mom's like the one bragging. That's something else. All right.
You never know. I mean, you keep putting these Florida stories in.
Well, that's where the stories come from.
So many of them.
That's where
I'm surprised we don't have
I think we're looking for Florida stories.
It seems to me that we should have a bigger following in Florida.
We should have a bigger because we are local news.
I was going to say
in Florida.
Somebody should be coming to us for a deal to do the nightly news. We do a lot of Florida stories.
We do. Well, it's something about the law. Like they can publish their Rest records.
Yes.
And I think not every state does that. Like
No.
published nationally.
Right.
Whereas states will publish within the state.
Yeah, but there's a lot of silly shit that happens in Florida.
Well, dude, it's great there. There's, first of all, it's warm all the time. Then, fucking alligators. Then there's invasive species like ball pythons and shit. Crocodiles, right? I mean, it's really, literally, Australia is like, or Florida is like our little corner of Australia.
Boa constrictors.
Think about is there really a difference between Florida and Australia? Think about it.
Consider
the accents.
but they're really difficult to understand.
I don't. Hurricanes. Does Australia get hurricanes? You never hear Australia.
They get some kind of weather, I'm sure.
They call them typhoons in the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean usually.
So they get typhoons.
That sounds a lot cooler.
They may space the way too.
But it does sound cooler, but there's no song that goes, "Here I am. Rock me like a typhoon." No, it's rock me like a hurricane. Rock you like a hurricane. The best part about the Scorpions is they didn't really speak English.
Right.
All their songs.
Who are
the Scorpions wrote the song "Rock You Like a Hurricane."
Oh, I thought that was AC/DC.
No. It's a band called the Scorpions. I'm glad we get to educate you on this, Tom. This is important.
No, there will be
because it's a band called the Scorpions, and they're from like Germany or some shit. Where are the Scorpions from? So they don't speak English, but all their songs are in English. Like back in the 80s, like English rock and roll, especially heavy metal, like glam metal, was one of the biggest phenomenons you'd ever seen. And and it worldwide. And there was a lot of, just like the Germans love the music of David Hasselhoff.
He made music?
Oh my God. There's a reason why you haven't heard of it.
It's huge in Germany. If it's huge in Germany, that means it sucks.
So the Scorpions from 78 to 92 were one of the longest existing lineups. There was a German rock band formed in Hanover in 1965 by a guitarist. And then the longest existing group that called themselves the Scorpions were the group of guys who played between 78 and 92.
Right.
I didn't realize they went all the way back to 1965.
Yeah. Well, they were probably like playing in German. So what they did is they wanted to hit the American market. They released an album, and "Rock You Like a Hurricane" is one of those songs. Makes no sense. Huge hit.
Yep.
"Girl Like You." Someone like you.
That's the same band?
That's the same band. Yeah. That's the Scorpions.
Oh.
They were huge. Right.
I thought it was someone completely different.
Of course you did. Because you never knew about the band the Scorpions.
No.
Because you were lucky enough to be born too late to deal with that shit.
And I'm thankful for that.
You should be. You didn't have to deal with Scorpions. You didn't have to deal with like the resurgence of the Grateful Dead. Fuck, dude.
That was tough.
That was tough. You know what I mean? Like they could have just stayed dead and I'd have been grateful. But
a lot of odors that comes with it.
Yeah, but they spawned these offshoots like fish. Although I am a fan of Sleep. Have you ever heard of Sleep?
I've not.
No.
They're a stoner metal jam band.
Okay.
So it's very old school Black Sabbath that just kind of goes on forever. Like with a lot of weird changes and shit. I like it. It's cool. Like I'm a big Black Sabbath. You like Black Sabbath?
No.
Any idea? Have you ever heard Sabbath?
Yeah, I have heard them.
You've heard like Paranoid and Iron Man. Iron Man because of the movie. Yeah. those are not the best offerings when it comes to Black Sabbath. Those are the corporate, like those songs got big but they weren't like very rarely are the hits the best work, or at least that's how it used to be like in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Now that's all anybody has is the hit. They don't have their body of work. That's how I see it anyway. But what band was I talking about?
I have fantastic news.
What?
I found some David Hasselhoff stuff.
Hey, why is that? That's not fantastic news. That's not. What? Why would you think to do that? Did he play during the fall of the Berlin Wall?
I think
Are you just going to play this without? Damn it! I love you.
Cruising down the streets in the neon lights, feeling kind of strong, feeling fine tonight. I don't need you. I'm okay.
This isn't even good by German standards.
No, but if you look, you can see
Tom's face.
This is recent. This means he's still doing this.
Yeah, no, but look at Tom's face. Or it's not so prevalent, but his mouth was literally agape. All right, well, let's.
You want more of it?
Yeah, let's see how. No, let's see how bad it gets. I just like it's got to be uphill from here. It's so bad.
I don't think so.
All right, we're gonna give it for another till second 30, till 30 seconds. Give it to 35 seconds to let it get cool.
Okay. And down at the bar where we used to laugh, crossed my mind like a photograph. Doesn't matter. And anyway, I have another beer and I look around. Anyone could be your new kid.
All right, that was it. Let's go. Get it out.
Right.
That was bad. That was a bad auto tune. That's like somebody bought auto tune on Temu and then used it for that album. That was fucking horrible. The vocals were way above the music, like ridiculous.
The shit mix.
It was a shit mix. It was a shit sound. It was a shit song.
Yeah.
First of all, he rushed it. That would have been an okay song if he'd have slowed it the fuck down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm not here to tell Hasselhoff how to do his fucking job.
I am. It was terrible.
So we've shared with you some of the things we've had to endure, not necessarily what we're listening to. What are you listening to, Tom?
Well, right now I'm not listening to anything. I'm in here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll show myself out.
Insightful.
No, but I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of. Well, I love Slipknot, so they're all constantly in my rotation.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I am a fan.
Been a fan since I was like just walking. A lot of Ice Nine Kills, love them. And a lot of other stuff. I just like trying to find new music, different languages. It's really it.
So a lot of international stuff.
Yes.
Does it skew harder or R&B? I mean, what?
It can skew any direction with it.
Okay.
All right. So something happened to me today that I think I want to share with you, because I want to kind of gauge your reaction to it. Because to me, this is like a collision of time and space. And it's probably one of the coolest things that I've ever seen.
Okay.
But also, like, it makes me really uncomfortable.
It's not a Cybertruck, is it?
No. No. We don't have any raccoons to attack them. But share screen. I wanna share this with you because it's probably the greatest thing.
Oh, I didn't get to see all of this before
I've ever seen, and
it's
Primus. I was in bands, and I'm a bass player by trade, and idolized Les Claypool, the bass player for Primus. This is Primus they're doing a cover of a Dio song. Ronnie James Dio. So you know how this relates, Tom. Ronnie James Dio was in Black Sabbath after Ozzy Osbourne. Then started his own band called Dio. Then they wrote this song. Then a band called Killswitch Engage covered this song. Now Primus is covering this song with Puddles, the Pity Party, singing. And I swear to Christ, it is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Puddles.
And then once you come to the realization that he is reading the lyrics off of his phone, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? Because it is incredible. He's reading the fucking lyrics off his phone. And just wait till Les kicks in. Fucking incredible. I want to turn this off. I want to. How fucking crisp is that, dude?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He actually sounds a little bit like Ronnie.
He sounds more like the dude from Killswitch. But he is fucking incredible. Listen. He's so, dude, can you imagine watching this? Like, usually you like when you watch Puddle's Pity Party.
Yeah.
It's like he looks cool. He looks kind of creepy, but looks cool. That's fucking intimidating. You're like, holy shit. That's like being at a Marilyn Manson show.
Yeah, I mean,
you're like, Jesus.
And he's a big dude. He's tall.
Yeah, no, he's no midget.
All right. If we're getting up near 45 seconds, we need to be able to play fair use.
Well, here's the thing. Can't we, as long as it's a reaction video, right? We can use it.
But I don't think we're going to get away with much more than 45 seconds. That's
all right. Well,
usually where we cap fair use.
Oh, well, we're at 3 minutes, so.
Right. You know, I'll still argue. You know, I beat Sony.
Yeah, no, we've won more often than not. Our violations.
Yeah.
So Pete's messaging me.
Oh.
All right, yeah. He'll be joining us in the C block.
Okay.
I guess from his car.
Which we're going to be starting shortly.
Yeah. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I want to thank all of all of our followers, subscribers, whether you are following us on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, or if you are just checking us out on themediavirus.com, I want to say thank you. And check us out in the C block. We have a whole bunch of goofy ass dumb shit that lined up to do and to talk about.
All right.
We'll see you then.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 212th B block on the Media Virus podcast. We'll be back in the C block in just a few minutes.
I'm not saying that I mastered getting 2 serial killer documentaries, just that it was on.